I found out she wanted a break the same night she accidentally sent me a heart emoji meant for someone else. Not even a dramatic discovery. Just a stupid, glowing red heart sitting in our chat like it belonged there. We'd been together for 6 years. Lived together for 4. Shared bills, routines, inside jokes, grocery lists, future plans. The kind of relationship that feels permanent without ever being officially locked in. I remember thinking, this is it. This is the person I'll grow old with. We weren't perfect, but we were stable. Comfortable. Predictable. She used to fall asleep on my chest while watching dumb shows. We argued about dishes, about money sometimes, but nothing that felt like a threat to the foundation. If anything, I thought we were just going through a normal phase. That's the worst part. Nothing felt urgent. Nothing felt like it was slipping away. Until that heart emoji showed up. And suddenly, everything I thought was solid started feeling like it had already collapsed. I just hadn't noticed yet. Her name is Laura. She's the kind of person people trust instantly. Warm, easy to talk to, the one who remembers birthdays and checks in when someone seems off. When we met, I felt lucky. Genuinely lucky. She made me feel seen in a way I hadn't experienced before. I wasn't the most confident guy, but with her, I felt chosen. We built a quiet life together. Weekends at home, occasional trips, dinners with friends. Nothing flashy. Just consistent. Looking back, I think I mistook consistency for security. About a year ago, things started shifting. Subtly. She became more private with her phone. Started going out. Just to clear her head. Worked late more often. Nothing obvious enough to accuse her of anything. And I didn't want to be that guy. The paranoid one. The jealous one. So I ignored it. I told myself relationships evolve. People need space. I trusted her. Completely. And maybe that was the first real mistake I made. There were small moments that didn't sit right, but I kept brushing them off. She started laughing at her phone more. Not in a way she'd share, just quietly smiling to herself. I asked once, jokingly, "New secret boyfriend?" She laughed it off. "Don't be ridiculous." And I dropped it. That should have been a red flag, not her response, but how quickly I chose to believe it. She also became oddly protective of her time. If I asked what she was doing after work, she'd say things like, "Just decompressing, I need that." Which is fair. Everyone does. But she stopped inviting me into those spaces. We used to do everything together, even the boring stuff. Now it felt like she was carving out a life that didn't include me. Still, I told myself, this is normal. Don't overthink it. I didn't want to disrupt what we had. So I stayed quiet. And in doing that, I gave whatever was happening more room to grow. The night everything shifted, we were sitting on the couch. She was next to me, scrolling on her phone. I was half watching something on TV when I saw it. A message notification popped up briefly on her screen. Just a name I didn't recognize. And a heart emoji. She swiped it away fast. Too fast. I didn't say anything immediately. But something inside me tightened. Not panic. Not even anger. Just clarity. Later that night, I asked casually, "Who was that?" She hesitated. That tiny pause felt louder than anything she could have said. "Just someone from work." I nodded, but I knew. I didn't have proof, but I knew something had already crossed the line. That was the moment the doubt stopped being hypothetical. It became real. And once that happens, you can't unsee it. 2 days later, she sat me down. No build-up. No warning. "I think I need a break." Those words hit harder than I expected. "A break from what?" I asked. "From us. From everything. I just feel lost. Lost. 6 years together, and now she's lost." I tried to stay calm. "Is there someone else?" She shook her head quickly. "No. It's not like that." But her eyes didn't match her words. I asked what a break meant. She said she needed space. Time to figure herself out. No timelines. No boundaries. Just distance. And stupidly, I agreed. Because I thought giving her space would help her come back. I didn't realize I was just making it easier for her to leave. After she moved some of her things out, the apartment felt wrong. Too quiet. Like something essential had been removed, not just physically but emotionally. We still texted occasionally. At first, it was normal. "How are you? Did you eat?" Familiar patterns. But slowly it faded. Her responses became shorter. Colder. Sometimes she wouldn't reply for hours. Then a full day. I started overthinking everything. Was she okay? Was she hurting too? Or was she fine? That question haunted me. Because deep down, I already suspected the answer. And I was afraid of what it would confirm. The truth didn't come from her. It came from a mutual friend. Unintentional. Casual. We were grabbing coffee when he said, "Hey, I saw Laura with someone the other night." I felt my chest tighten. "Someone?" "Yeah. I thought you knew." I didn't. He tried to backtrack, but it was too late. "She looked happy," he added carefully. That word destroyed me. Happy. Without me. With someone else. I nodded like it didn't matter. Like it was fine. But inside, everything was collapsing. Because now it wasn't just suspicion. It was real. And she hadn't told me. I confronted her that night. No build-up this time. "Are you seeing someone?" Silence. Then a sigh. "Yes." Just like that. No denial. No hesitation. "How long?" Another pause. "A few months." A few months. So even before the break. Before the "I'm lost." She had already started building something with someone else. "Why didn't you tell me?" "I didn't know how." That answer made me angrier than anything else. Because it wasn't confusion. It was avoidance. She knew exactly what she was doing. She just didn't want to face it. The conversation spiraled fast. "You cheated," I said. She flinched. "It wasn't like that." "What does that even mean?" "We didn't plan it. It just happened." I laughed. Not because it was funny. Because it was absurd. "You don't accidentally build a relationship with someone." She started crying. "I didn't want to hurt you." That sentence felt insulting. "You already did." She tried to explain how she felt disconnected, how things between us had changed. And maybe they had. But instead of fixing it, she replaced it. That's what hurt the most. Not that we had problems. But that she chose someone else over working through them. What really broke me wasn't just the cheating. It was what came next. "I think I want to see where this goes," she said. "So the break," I started, "is real," she finished. Except it wasn't a break. It was a transition. She was already moving on. Already emotionally invested somewhere else. I was just the leftover piece she hadn't fully let go of yet. "Do you love him?" I asked. She didn't answer. That silence said everything. After that conversation, something inside me didn't just shift, it cracked open in a way I don't think I'll ever fully recover from. At first, it was just anger. Clean, sharp, almost energizing. I paced around the apartment replaying everything she said, every word feeling like a lie stacked on top of another lie. But anger doesn't last. It dissolves into something heavier. Something slower. I started replaying everything, but not in a dramatic way. It was quiet, obsessive. Like my brain was trying to rebuild the timeline with missing pieces finally revealed. Every late night at work. Every "I'm just tired." Every time she turned her phone away slightly when I walked by. I used to think those moments were insignificant. Now they felt like evidence. And the worst part? I wasn't crazy. I wasn't insecure. I was right. I just chose not to see it. That realization hurt in a completely different way. Because it meant I had betrayed myself too. I ignored my instincts because I didn't want to lose her. And in doing that, I made it easier for her to leave. I keep wondering which version of reality hurts more, the one where she changed, or the one where I saw it happening and stayed silent anyway. Friends started finding out, slowly at first, then all at once. It's strange how news like this spreads. Quiet conversations, concerned messages, people choosing sides without saying it out loud. Some reached out immediately. Are you okay? I heard what happened. I'm here if you need anything. And I appreciated it, I really did. But every conversation felt like reopening the same wound. I had to explain it over and over again. She asked for a break. She met someone else. No, actually, she met him before the break. You could see the shift in their expressions when I said that part. That's when it stopped being a breakup and became something uglier. Something harder to excuse. Some of my friends were angry for me. Like really angry. She cheated on you. You should cut her off completely. You deserve way better than that. But those words didn't land the way people think they do. Because I didn't want better. I wanted her. Or at least, I wanted the version of her I thought I knew. There were also people who tried to rationalize it. Maybe she just outgrew the relationship. 6 years is a long time. People change. And maybe they're right. But none of those explanations made it hurt less. They just made it feel smaller. Like what we had could be reduced to something temporary, something replaceable. And that idea scared me more than anything. Because if something that felt that real could just expire, then what does that say about any relationship? I started isolating myself after that. Stopped answering messages. Avoided group hangouts. Not because I didn't appreciate the support, but because I was tired of hearing my own story repeated back to me like it belonged to someone else. A few weeks later, I saw them together. It wasn't planned. No dramatic setup. Just one of those moments life throws at you when you're not ready. I was walking home from work, headphones in, trying to keep my head down and get through the day like it was normal. And then I saw her. At first, my brain didn't register it. It felt familiar, like seeing someone you recognize but can't immediately place. Then it hit me. She was laughing. Not the polite kind. Not the tired kind. A real laugh. The kind I hadn't heard from her in months. And he was next to her. Walking close. Not touching, but close enough that it didn't need to be obvious. There was an ease between them. Something natural. Something that used to exist between us. My chest tightened so fast I thought I might actually stop breathing. She noticed me. Of course she did. There was this brief moment where everything froze. Her expression shifted, surprise, then something like guilt, then something else I couldn't quite read. She gave me a small smile. Awkward. Careful. Like she didn't know what version of herself she was supposed to be in that moment. I couldn't smile back. I didn't trust myself to speak. So I just kept walking. Past her. Past them. And I felt it, physically, like something being pulled out of me. That was the moment it became undeniable. Not just in my head. Not just through conversations. But real. Visible. Final. Whatever we had wasn't just over. It had already been replaced. It's been months now, and on the surface, my life looks normal again. I go to work. I see friends occasionally. I've even tried dating apps, though I usually end up deleting them after a few days. But internally, things haven't settled the way I expected them to. She moved in with him. I didn't hear it from her, obviously. It came through mutual friends, the same way everything else did. Casually. Indirectly. Like updates about a life I used to be part of. That part hit harder than I expected. Not just that she moved on, but how quickly she built something new. We spent years building a shared life. And within months, she recreated it with someone else. New routines. New memories. New version of home. It made everything we had feel fragile in hindsight. Like it could always be replaced, and I just didn't realize it. I started questioning everything. Was she unhappy for longer than she admitted? Did she emotionally check out before I even noticed? Was I just convenient until something better came along? Those thoughts don't leave easily. They show up at random times. When I'm cooking dinner alone. When I hear a song we used to listen to. When I wake up in the middle of the night for no reason. And then there's trust. That's the part one didn't expect to struggle with this much. It's not just about trusting someone else. It's about trusting my own judgment again. Because I missed it. Or ignored it. And I don't know which is worse. I wish I could say there's a clean ending to this. Some kind of resolution where everything makes sense and I walk away stronger, wiser, completely healed. But that's not how it feels. It's quieter than that. Messier. I function. I move forward. I do all the things you're supposed to do after something like this. But there's still something unresolved sitting underneath it all. I think about her less now, but when I do, it's complicated. I don't hate her. I don't even fully blame her in the way I used to. People change. Feelings shift. Relationships evolve. I understand that. What I can't fully process is how it happened. The overlap. The dishonesty. The way I was still holding on to us while she was already building something new. That's the part that lingers. Not just what she did, but how long I stayed in something that was already ending. If there's anything I've taken from this, it's not some grand life lesson. It's something smaller, but sharper. Pay attention to what feels off. Not everything can be explained away as a phase, or stress, or just needing space. Sometimes, that quiet discomfort you feel is the truth trying to get your attention. And ignoring it doesn't protect you. It just delays the moment when everything finally falls apart. I learned that too late. And I think a part of me is still catching up to that reality.